Hey guys, so Uncle Monty here. Skull Crusher is doing skull crushing things, but me and him were working a little bit on this transmission. I'm going to talk to you about, and because I'm starting to go through it, I'll make some videos because there's not a ton of info out there about them. All right, so what we got is a GM transmission, 3-speed with the Borg Warner Overdrive. This is what we're working on tonight. There's a solenoid that goes here. I got it off. I got it over here. I've been cleaning it up, dealing with it. This one is a 12-volt solenoid. We'll pull this cap off. I kind of got this rigged up. So here we're working on getting it all apart. You can see here, this is all the rust and junk that came out of this. But this here pops off. Then you got this felt. This felt is supposed to be right there like that, and those rivets are holding it in, but obviously it's not. But these are not just rivets, these are contact points. So this here, it's hard to see. Those contact points, I don't know if you can see them, but they ride here on this ring. So this here's your plunger. It comes down, and then inside you got this is just an electromagnet. That's all that is. And this plunger comes apart too if you want. It's just a snap ring, and there's a spring in there. But now it does matter, because you see this here is it's hex shaped. So this only it can go in 6 ways, but only one way is correct. So be careful. Here's your contacts. This here, when this pulls down, that lip hits this tab right here, opens the contacts. It's important that this comes down all the way and opens those contacts, because if it doesn't, you're going to burn this coil up. When those contacts are closed, it's really powerful, and it's just meant to pull that coil in, and then it opens it up, and then it's a lot less. It's like half or something, way less than half, but it's less powerful, and that way it just holds the coil in now that it's in. The other thing we haven't talked about is there's a top terminal on here, and it goes to this contact right here. And from what I understand on the wiring and reading the way this thing works is, originally this would have went to your ignition coil, and when this pulled in, the transmission would have been spinning, and it stalled. This grounded out your ignition for a minute to stall the engine. Don't quote me on that. I still trying to figure out how the whole system is going to work together, but yeah, the bottom screw is the one that you're going to use with 12-volt power to initiate this coil. But the way we're going to test this is we're going to ground the housing, and you take 12 volts to this lower terminal. And what's going to happen is, right now, from the housing to that terminal right there, I have like 1 ohm. And then after this pulls down, it's going to open this up, and that's what it's called, the holding circuit. And with this open, from the housing to that terminal, I got like 17 ohms. So here I just got an old school battery charger that will just put out 12 volts. It doesn't have to detect anything. So I got the ground on the housing. Now I got this turning away. You can see those contacts. They're right here. So I'll activate it, and you can watch those open. There they're open. So it's in hold. Now it's in a rest state. You can see here the top on, there's your 12-volt coil, and this would be, I believe, a ground. But something to look at if you got an old one of these you're testing out is these here, I don't know what they are, plastic. You can see that one's cracked, but that's an insulator to keep this terminal from touching the housing. So you got to make sure you're not grounding out there. All right, so now we got it all back together. Let's give it one more try. You can see what's going on. There we go. And here's what the finished product looks like. The only thing I have left to do is I ordered it, is there's a seal right here on this shaft that just pops out. I need to put that in.